super fun horse activities is making our spear riding free rewatch summer so much fun. We're already on season 7. And today I'm super pumped for our video because I have invited Hannah to my family's farm to meet our rescue horse, Bolly.
I can't wait to meet Bolly and learn more about training and adopting a rescue horse.
I love how generous Abigail is with wanting to befriend Grayson.
And they also help train his horses too.
You have to be kind, patient, and generous in order to bond with them.
Maybe Grayson is only mean because no one has ever been nice to him before. And I think if he knew that we were his friends, he'd be nice too.
I'm definitely ready to be kind, generous, and patient, but I'm not very patient right now.
Yes, we will definitely get to meeting Bolly, but first we need to remind you guys to hit subscribe and the notification bell down below.
Go do it so we can go meet some horses.
Let's go. All right, Hannah, this is our Mustang, Bolly.
Hi, Bolly. So, Halle, what's your first tip for taking care of a rescue horse?
Tip number 1 for adopting a rescue horse: ask questions before you get your horse and after. So after you get your horse, depending on if you adopt your horse straight out of the wild, like my family did with Bolly, or if you adopt them from, say, a rescue, you can ask the rescue what their routine is, if they have any special medication that they need, or anything else like that. Wild horses, though they are super sweet, they do need to be trained, and you want to make sure that you're providing the safest home for you and your horse.
That's definitely a good tip. It definitely helps you know what kind of care your horse would need.
For sure. When we got Bolly, at first we learned a couple things just from experience and having a vet come out. So we learned that she has these scars. They kind of look like spider webs, and we weren't really sure how they got there. And our vet told us there's probably like 1 or 3 ways that she got them. So one, it could have been she got under a fence or tree and cut herself, and they just healed like that. She may have had a fungus that went untreated, and there's a 99.99% chance that this didn't happen. It's possible that she was struck by lightning, which I feel like makes her feel like a superhero. Also learned that she was in a herd that's near the Utah-Nevada border. She was in a herd just like Spirit, because she's a wild horse just like Spirit is, and I kind of love that about her, how she has that kind of connection to him. So my second tip for working with a rescue horse is to find out if they need any special care. If you do adopt a wild horse from a rescue, a lot of times they'll already know this stuff, say the trainer there. So that's really nice if you can get some answers from there, but sometimes you just get the answers from experience. And of course, we found out pretty early on that in the summer, she gets pretty allergic to bugs and is very sensitive to them.
That's the same with my pony.
Oh, yeah?
She gets like these really bad bumps all over her.
Yeah, like hives, exactly.
Like, this whole week I wasn't able to ride her because she broke out into really bad hives, and they were like this big.
It's crazy. Yeah, bugs can be really harsh on horses. So that's one of the things that we had to adapt to. So she's always in a fly blanket, a fly sheet, and a fly mask. And we had to get her used to things on her back all the time and very quickly so that we could help her with her problem with bugs. That's definitely a process, and that's what you have to remember when you are training a rescue horse, is that you have to be patient, just like Abigail was with Grayson. Okay, so tip number 3, when you have your rescue horse come to your farm, if you have other horses, you want to make sure that they're introduced very slowly. So when we first got Bolly, we had 2 other horses at my farm. So we had to section them off for a couple weeks until they got used to each other. And then once your herd mates, once you see that some of them are more friendly with each other, then you can match them up accordingly. So like our big horse Leyland is actually really friendly with Bolly, but our little pony Truffles, they don't get along so well. Why don't we get Bolly into her pasture right now? All right, let's go.
Remember when Lucky had Spirit show Grayson's horse a couple of tricks?
Spirit, hop, hop.
So tip number 4 is probably the easiest one of all. Just give your horse lots of love. Groom them, find their sweet spots when you scratch them, give them treats.
See? Can you try too? Yay! You almost did it! We'll keep practicing.
When you first got Bolly, especially when you have a young horse, you don't want to give them too many treats, if any, just because you don't want them to get any bad habits about being mouthy or starting to bite or anything like that. But we loved grooming her, and she's gotten so good on the cross ties by now with her training. And we're able to bond with her really well through that, and by finding her scratchy places like on her withers and on her shoulder. She loves it there. And you just have to remember that the way that you get a horse to trust you is through bonding. It's through those times like with the pals with their horses when they just hang out in the barn and just start grooming them and talking to them, and that's really where you get that trust from, you know? Okay, so we can just give her a couple treats. Hey, Bali. Hey, I know, you love these treats, don't you? All right, you want one more? You want one more? Okay. Last one. Yeah. Okay guys, tip number 5, and this is one of my favorites. You don't need to adopt a rescue horse in order to help them. You can find a local rescue shelter near your home that you can help out some horses, not necessarily adopting them and bringing them to your house or to your farm.
Well, Halle, thank you so much for showing me everything, or most of the stuff that I need to know about a rescue horse.
Absolutely.
So
oh my gosh. You are so welcome. I loved having you visit my family's farm.
Have you ever worked with or met a rescue horse? Tell us in the comments.
Then like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who would love to help train a rescue horse.
Check out Spirit Riding Free on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to rewatch Spirit Riding Free on Netflix all summer long. And join us in our unstoppable summer.
Bye, Spirit Pals!